We're still up on the tripod. Well, good morning everybody. Whew. Welcome to day 2. Oh, a 2-day, one night wild camp hike in the Beaver section of the Bruce Trail. Yeah, good morning to everybody. Tuesday, July the 11th, I guess, all day today. Oh yeah, all day. Okay. Whew. So, little update. Remember yesterday on day 1, the end of day 1, we talked about some of the gear we were using. The GoPro 9 filming with now. The Mountain Gear Hyperlite 3400 Southwest backpack. And the MSR Mini Groundhog tent stakes. Well, I'm happy to report those mini groundhog tent stakes, man, those things grip. Whew. In fact, you gotta make sure you got the little string tied to the end, because I made the mistake of kind of sinking them all the way into the ground. Only 6 inches of them, and yet it was extremely difficult to remove. They just bit in there tight, like in cement. So, I think in high wind, heavy rain conditions, those 6-inch mini groundhog tent stakes are gonna work just fine. Delighted with those. Anyhow, still quite dark in the tunnel, as you can see probably. Oh, sorry about that. Had to adjust my camera a little bit, my lights. Hope you can see something. This area right here, we just came out of the corner or edge of the farm field and get into a real rocky kind of technical section. But anyhow, again, good morning. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget, guys, if you like what we're doing, the adventure, the challenge, the discovery, the travel, whatever it is, the gear we talk about, whatever it is that you might like about this channel, do consider subscribing if you haven't already. We do need all the subscribers we can get, especially if our channel is going to grow. For sure. The more it grows, the more content we can bring to YouTube. for everybody to see. Okay. So technically we're heading south in the Beaver Valley section now, heading back to the northern end of the Blue Mountain section, Maple Lane, where we parked the car yesterday morning, bright and early. I set the wake up this morning for about 4 o'clock. Had my breakfast, my oatmeal, my coffee. We're good to go. Break time. So, I'm going to say second breakfast, even though closer to lunch. But I'm having 2 pouches of whole berry instant oatmeal and a coffee, of course. Starbucks Blonde in this case. Yeah, the morning progresses really well. Getting hot and sticky. Supposed to be about 90 degrees today with high humidity on top of that. That's okay. We're doing just fine. Just in need of a little nourishment. Perfect. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's let that oatmeal work a little bit. Life is good. Yeah, life is good when you have a Starbucks coffee and whole berry. Is it whole berry? Whole berry oatmeal. Yeah. I like that. Okay, from this point, now this point here is where we had lunch yesterday. And from this point, we have 12.5 kilometers left of this particular 2-day hike. So we've done 15 to 17 kilometers already today. So that's pretty good. What time is it? Look at my clock here, my phone. 10:16. Does that say 10? It does say 10. 10:16. We were on trail at about 5:30, so call it 10:30, so 5 hours. Well, we've been on trail pushing pretty good. Well, on the instant oatmeal, I don't use the regular ones. I go for the ones that are a little bit more expensive. Oh, these bugs, mosquitoes are biting right through my shirt. But they're high protein. And of course, that's always an issue on trail. It's good. Okay, I'm gonna have my break. I'm gonna drink my coffee, eat my oatmeal. And so far, I am loving my new pack. Just loving it. It was very expensive. But we'll talk more about that later. Oh, what a gorgeous day. So I probably mentioned a little earlier today about the possibility of thunderstorms. Well, right now, pretty much the sun's shining, but just to my left, the rumblings of thunder getting ever closer, and the sky ominously gray, getting darker and darker and darker. I don't know if you can hear it in the GoPro, the thunder, but I can. It's a few kilometers away, but it's not far. It's not far. 10, 15, 30 minutes from now, we could be in torrential downpours. And we still got, quite a ways to go. So, we have a rain jacket, of course. I have a rain cap, of course. I have rain pants, of course. The day goes great. Delighted with this whole hike, the gear checkouts we've been doing, gear dialing in. Be interesting to see the footage and the stills from the GoPro 9, see if we've got that dialed in properly. But the pack, just delighted with this backpack. The mini groundhog stakes for the tent, delighted. Those things that hold the space shuttle on the ground, I'm sure. Anyhow, let's keep going. Rain cap is on. Rain jacket is on. I'm not sure how it looks in the GoPro, because the GoPro does try to make things look brighter, especially the new one, the 9. It does better in low light, but it darkened right down. The thunder became much louder, more frequent, much closer. And the first kind of sprinklings of rain came through, which was huge drops of rain. So it tells me we're in for a spanking. No doubt about it. Jasper is about to get his ass spanked. I'm sure of it. We'll see. It's okay. I won't melt. At least I don't think I will. Well, it's certainly raining now. It's going to just get harder. I am ready for a break, and look what I see. I see a chairlift for ski hills. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't I just take a break under here? Oh yeah. Why don't I take a break under here? I can sit right here and make some lunch. If you can see, water pouring off the roof. Yeah. So, there's a cement wall here. The wind is coming from the other side, I think. So, let me get you guys out of my sternum strap. Yeah. So you see that rain. Some water pouring off the roof, maybe. Anyhow. You know what? I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to take a break. Yeah, I am. I packed out water from our last break area. So I'm going to make some potato, some ramen noodle maybe, for lunch. Maybe have a coffee, and I'm hoping this will just pass in 30 minutes. We'll see. That's what I'm going to do. This is perfect. Okay. Oddly, strangely enough, just a few days ago, boiling my water for my coffee now. My ramen noodles and bacon is soaking. Just a few days ago, I uploaded day number 114 of the Appalachian Trail, and I just arrived at the Goose Pond cabin, and I said when I arrived there, oh my goodness, you know, the clouds have just moved in, the thunder's moving in, and then moments after I arrived, and there was shelter there, of course, canopies and shelter, the heavens just opened. And monsoon rain began to fall. And I said, and this was just a couple of days ago when I posted this video, but of course it was last year when I was there, probably a year ago, because it would have been July. Anyhow, I said, this never happens to me. Every time it thunderstorms and rains, I get caught in it. I never find shelter. Well, a couple of days later, after I posted that video, here I am. Take a look-see, by the way. I'm right underneath this, which is a chairlift. Now, the rain has just pretty much backed right off. But for about 10 or 15 minutes, it was monsoon flooding rain. So twice in a very short period of time, well, from when I posted the video, here I am again. Found shelter just before the rain came. Wow. I'm on a roll. I'm gonna have lunch. Right now, probably a couple of kilometers, 2.5 kilometers or so, 2 to 3 kilometers, something like that, to go to the end of this 2-day hike, to where I parked my car yesterday morning. Delighted how this hike has gone. Delighted that up to this point, unless in the next 2-3 kilometers we get soaked, I'm just delighted how we missed the storm and sat beneath the chairlift. That was perfect. Had lunch. Yeah. Delighted how my pack has worked out. Was ridiculously expensive, by the way. I think so. Oh, okay. How much was it, you say? Well, I bought the Mountain Gear Hyperlite Southwest 3400, which is a 55-liter backpack. I bought it in the black Dyneema composite. It's a little bit more expensive than the white Dyneema composite or material, whatever. but it's a little bit more robust, and it weighs 2 ounces more. I think it comes in at 2 pounds, at 2 pounds 2 ounces. And I paid, and I had it shipped store pickup because I was away at the time, so I didn't want it set outside my house. I paid 621 Canadian dollars. Shipping was free, and yeah, 621 Canadian dollars with tax for this backpack right there. Again, it's the #1 sought after backpack through hikers on all the Crown trails and pretty much any other North American and in a lot of cases European trails. Although they do have other products to choose from that we don't generally see. There's a company, I believe it's a European company, it's called Mammut. They're quite popular packs in Europe, but you will still find the Hyperlite well represented in Europe too. But in North America, again, it's the #1 backpack choice. Okay, and I'm delighted to have it. You know what? Please like, share, comment. Do subscribe to my channel. As I mentioned earlier, we need all the subscribers we can get. It just helps us bring more content. We're going past the chairlifts. Again, you can't see them. Uh-oh, it's starting to rain, but the sun's shining. The other side of those trees, the chairlifts again. Other chairlifts. I think where we stopped and had our break was Georgian Peaks. Now we're at Craigleith. Anyhow, you know what, guys? Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, shoot, I almost forgot. We did have a question, and I meant to answer this. And it was a young lady, I'm not sure where she was from, but I believe she was a US viewer. And she asked, she'd seen my video, and she'd said, I'm thinking of Black Diamond trekking poles also, rather than Lecky. Not that there's anything wrong with Lecky. She says, what actual model do I use? Because I like mine. Well, okay, miss. And I'm so sorry that, in fact, well, I almost forgot to answer your question, but I've also not made a note of your name. But the trekking pole I used is a Black Diamond back trail. They were $89 US, and I believe I got them in Manchester Centre on the Appalachian Trail last year. They're a rubber handle, which I like. They don't have to be cork. I don't mind the rubber. The next one, and the next model up was $139, and the only difference I could see was a cork handle. So it's a Black Diamond back trail. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day.